that would mark his final release from prison. After serving 4 long years for armed robbery, he was to be a free man again.
Well, Matt, I guess that covers everything. Just give this to the guard on your way out.
Thanks, Warden.
I understand you're going back to Big Rock.
Yes, sir.
Your father will be glad to see you.
Will he? I wonder.
Matt, maybe it's none of my business, but what's the trouble between you and your dad?
You're right, Warden. It is none of your business.
I don't understand it. You've had all the advantages. A good home, money enough, education. And yet you joined the midnight gang and ended here a common thief. Why?
Those days are over. What difference does it make now?
I hope they really are, Matt. I know what it did to Sheriff Jim Lake when he had to arrest his own son.
Look, Warden, I'd like to be on my way if you're through with me.
All right. You're free to go anytime you want. The horse your father sent you is waiting at the gate. Well, Matt, just to tie a lot of loose ends together, you wouldn't care to tell me who the leader of the Midnight Gang really is, would you?
You know, I kind of wondered when you'd bring that up again. It's been quite a while since you asked me that question.
It's been quite a while since the gang was operating. We just had word that they started again, and they're worse than ever. They'll turn this territory into a wasteland if we don't stop them. Already the settlers are leaving.
And let the law do something about it. It's not my problem.
If we could capture the leader, we could do away with the whole rotten outfit. You worked for the man, Matt. Tell us who he is and where he is.
Warden, not.
Are you afraid of him, son? Is that it?
No.
Then...
I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I go now.
You've served your sentence, Matt. All right, mister. He's gone.
Thank you, Warden.
I hope I've asked the right questions. You heard what he said?
Perfectly. And I want you to know how much we appreciate your cooperation.
Why, any lawman of the West would be glad to cooperate with a Lone Ranger and Tonto.
You think young man tell truth when him say him through with crime?
I wish I knew. Obviously, you think he lied.
Not necessarily.
But you told me this morning that you intended to follow him when he left here. I know you've been trying to track down the leader of the Midnight Gang for weeks. Surely you must expect Matt to contact him again.
I said I wanted to keep my eye on Matt, Warden. From the information we've been able to gather, the person we're after is one of the smartest, deadliest outlaws in the West. He's been able to keep his identity a secret for years. But now, one of the few men alive who could expose him is free again.
I see what you mean. You think he may try to contact Matt.
Exactly.
Kimasabi. Or just leave, head south.
Let's go, Tonto.
Well, mister, have you no clue at all as to who this mysterious leader may be?
I think he may be a respected citizen in Big Rock. And right now, he's probably a very worried citizen.
I don't see why you should be so panicky, Doc. So Matt Lake is being released today. If he was going to squeal, he would have done it by now. Maybe he's aiming to come back in the gang. We could use him.
Of course we could use him. I've been counting on his return for months. But I've also read his letters to my granddaughter. Matt's still in love with Janie, and a man in love can get very noble. He's sworn to go straight from now on. He's through with the gang.
Funny that the sheriff's son would join with a bunch like us in the first place.
That's where you're wrong, Menard. It wasn't funny, it was inevitable. Jim Lake expected his son to be like himself, above suspicion. I've watched Matt grow up. Always held in. Always the good little boy. But I knew he'd break sooner or later, and when he did, I was waiting for him. I needed somebody who would tell us every move the sheriff would make. But more than that, I needed Matt's youth, his brains, his ability to plan and carry a job through.
Well, personally, I think we ought to shoot him and be done with it. Things are getting too hot around this area for me anyhow. I could dry gulch him and beat it up north.
What good would he do the gang dead? Can't you get it through that thick skull of yours that I need those abilities of his? Together, Matt and I could take over this entire territory. Huh? If there was only some way I could bring him back into the outfit. Wait a minute. Maybe there is a way.
Now what?
What do you suppose would happen, Menard, if Matt were to kill a man?
Why, his dad would track him down if he had to go to the end of the earth. Sheriff Lake is batty on the subject of Matt going straight.
Right. And Matt knows that.
So?
So? We'll arrange to have Matt commit a murder.
What kind of a crazy idea is that? Why, when the sheriff found that out...
Sheriff Lake won't know anything about it. And with a murder rap hanging over his head, Matt'll have to get back into the gang for protection.
All right, who does he kill?
You.
Me? Now, look, Doc, if you try and...
Don't be a fool, Menard. He won't actually kill you. He'll only think he has. Here. Take the bullets out of a few of these cartridges. Load the gun with them.
Oh, I get it. Take the slug and the powder out of this. When the cap goes off, it'll sound like a real bullet and nobody will be hurt.
Right.
That's good.
Then I'll ride out along the north road and meet Matt before he gets to town. I'll tell him you're out to get him. You two never did hit it off. Then I'll bring him back here to the house. Now, when he gets here...
After leaving the prison, Matt Lake had continued to ride steadily southward toward the town of Big Rock, unaware that the Lone Ranger and Tonto were keeping him constantly in sight. At last, 2 hours later, Matt drew rein within sight of his home for the first time in 4 years.
Big Rock, not so far from here, King Sabine. We split up now?
Yes, I'm not known in this town. There'd be too many questions about my mask. I noticed a stream over there, the other side of those trees. I'll make camp there.
Meet you at sundown.
Good luck.
Well, 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 if it isn't a good doctor. You know, I kind of figured you'd be the first one to greet me.
I wanted to see you before you reach town, Matt.
Yeah?
Matt, I've been reading your letters to Janie about quitting the gang. Did you mean it?
Every word.
You put me in a difficult position. You know an awful lot.
Listen, what I know I aim to keep to myself. From now on, I'm strictly on my own, Doc. Do whatever you want in this territory. I'll never turn you in. I don't plan to bother anybody, and nobody better bother me. I don't need a soul, Doc.
Well, boy, I just wanted to be sure how you stood. Frankly, I think you're making a mistake. I always planned on your coming back with me and helping me work out a job the way you always did.
Not a chance.
Then we'll both go our own ways? No hard feelings?
That's about the size of it. I plan to marry Janie and take her to California. I'm going to forget I was ever mixed up with you.
Matt, I didn't mean to tell you this, but I like you too much to see you hurt.
What do you mean?
Joe Menard's out to kill you.
Menard?
Yep. I saw him last week. Ever since you went to prison, he's been expecting you to tell the law that he was in on that holdup you pulled.
He ought to know me better than that.
I suggest you come over to my place. I'll see if he's in town, and then you can...
Well, I'd counted on seeing my dad.
Well, you can do that later. After all, you got Janie to think of.
Yeah, you're right. I can't get into trouble now.
Now, come on. Come on in, Matt.
I don't like to sneak around like a scared calf, Doc.
No harm in playing it safe. Menard may be 100 miles away. Then again, he may be in town waiting.
I guess you're right.
But you're perfectly safe here.
Who's that?
Keep quiet.
Grandfather, Matt.
Why, it's Janie.
Janie.
Oh, Matt.
Hello, Janie.
I thought I'd come by for Grandfather and we'd go out to the edge of town to meet you. And then I saw the horse your father sent standing outside.
Janie, you ought to be at the schoolhouse.
I dismissed the class. I couldn't teach knowing Matt was on his way home.
Oh, you should have waited.
What's the matter with you two? Aren't you glad to see me?
I've never been so glad to see anyone in my life. But your grandfather's right. Right now, he and I have something important to talk over. It has a lot to do with you and me. You go back to the schoolhouse, and I'll come over as soon as I can.
That's right, Janie. Go back to the schoolhouse.
If that's what you want, Matt. You know your father's awfully anxious to see you.
Yes, I know, and I'm just as anxious to see him. I'll see him in a little while.
Well,
Goodbye, Janie.
goodbye, Matt.
You don't suppose Menard would have enough sense to follow her here, do you?
No. You're all right. Just be quiet. We won't do anything till we're sure she isn't coming back. Then I'll take a look around town for Menard.
Sheriff Lake.
Why, Janie, what's the matter?
Sheriff, Matt's in town.
My son in town? Why, that's fine. Oh, where is he? Is he with you?
No, he's at Grandfather's house.
Oh, but I thought he'd come here first.
Maybe I'm being silly, Sheriff, but something's wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know exactly, but he's acting so strange, as if he were afraid of something.
Your grandfather's house, you say?
I have the buggy right outside.
Good.
Oh, nobody's coming, Doc. Menard always was a big talker. I think I'll be on my way.
Wait. Wouldn't be wise to leave now. Did you hear someone in the other room?
Menard!
Yes, Menard. I came in through the back way. You start saying your prayers, Matt.
Matt! Quick! The table beside you.
Doc, I'll kill you.
Come on! Hurry, man, I can't hold him. Hurry, man. Dad, give me the gun. Dad.
So you couldn't stay out of trouble, Matt? Get out of my way, J.D.
He's your own son, Sheriff.
He's a murderer. I'll take a report on how this happened later. Right now, I'm going after my boy.
Come on, get up. They're gone.
Now we're in a fine mess. When the sheriff comes back, he's going to expect to find a body.
He has no reason to doubt the word of a reputable doctor. He'll believe the story I'll tell him. Come on now, stop worrying. If necessary, I can even seal up a coffin and go through with a burial. Now get downstairs and stay out of sight until sundown. After it's dark, you can leave. Nobody will see you.
What's happened, Tonto?
Me follow Matt Lake into plenty trouble, Kimasabi. Sheriff think him mixed up in murder.
Murder? Has he killed someone?
Doctor named Owens make it look that way. But when Sheriff ride off after Matt, me see other fella get up and talk to doctor. Him not hurt, Kimasabi.
You mean Matt was framed?
Gun him use make noise, but not fire bullet.
Where's Matt now?
Him run away when Sheriff come. Me follow but lose trail in mountains. Him wounded by Sheriff. Him not get too far.
The sheriff has gone after him, I suppose.
I mean not know where Sheriff is.
We must find Matt before his father does. Since he was wounded, he'll probably head for one of the caves. If Matt believes himself to be a murderer, he'll never allow his father to take him alive.
But how we find him in mountains? There are many caves there. And Matt take another gun with him when he run away. Me bet that one not loaded with blanks.
All the more reason why we must be the first to reach him.
Ah.
The warden told me that Matt hoped to marry a girl named Janie Owens when he returned to Big Rock. They were childhood sweethearts. She may know his secret hiding places. Come on, Tonto, let's go talk to Miss Owens.
There's schoolhouse and buggy, Kimasabi.
While I'm talking to Miss Owens, you'd better keep an eye on the doctor's house. Everything you've told me points to Dr. Owens as the man we're after.
Me see that Menard not leave house, Kimasabi. Me hide by barn.
Good. Don't be alarmed, Miss Owens. I'm not here to harm you.
But you're wearing a mask.
My mask has always stood for law and order. I want to do what I can to save Matt Lake.
Who are you? How did you know Matt was in trouble?
I'll explain all that later. Right now, it's absolutely necessary that I learn where Matt's hiding.
Matt does need help. There's no one else I can turn to. For some reason, I feel I can trust you.
Matt was wounded, Miss Owen. His trail leads to the mountains. Now, there are dozens of caves up there. It occurred to me that Matt might have had a favorite, one that he played in as a child.
The Pirate's Cave, of course.
The Pirate's Cave?
That's what we called it when we were little. I'm sure that's where he's gone. If you really want to help...
Believe me, I do.
I'll take you there.
It's hard to tell what frame of mind Matt will be in, Miss Owens. I'd better talk to him alone first. Now, if you'll just draw me a map.
All right.
Soon afterward, with Janie's map as a guide, the Lone Ranger headed toward the distant mountains and within 15 minutes had reached the vicinity of the Pirate's Cave.
Matt. Matt Lake. Are you in there?
Keep away from me, mister. I'm warning you.
Matt, listen to me. You haven't killed anyone. The bullet you used was a blank. It was a frame-up on the part of Dr. Owens. You understand?
Is that the best yarn you can dream up, mister?
It's true, Matt.
I told you to stay away, and I meant it.
Matt, I'm going back to town. When I return, I'll bring Menard with me. You can see him with your own eyes. Right now, your father's looking for you. I don't know where he is, but if he should get here before I get back, promise me you'll not do anything foolish.
Mister, I wouldn't promise a nickel to a dying beggar. Now, vamos!
Hey, Kimasabi, you find Matt Lake?
Yes, Tonto, but he didn't believe me when I explained what had happened. I told him I'd bring Menard to the cave in person. Anything new happened here?
No one leave house. Girl come to house about 10 minutes ago, then drive off in buggy.
What direction did she take?
Head toward mountain.
I was afraid of that. Sheriff Lake's no fool. Sooner or later, he's bound to come to the same conclusion we did, that Matt's in one of those caves, and that Janie Owens knows which cave it is.
Then Sheriff follow girl.
Exactly. Neither Matt nor his father is in a position to think clearly now. We haven't a moment to lose. Now, this is what I want you to do.
Doc,
What are you doing here? I told you to stay in the cellar.
you're through telling me what to do. I went along with your crazy scheme to try and get Matt to come back into the gang, but it didn't work. I'm getting out of here while the getting's good.
Stay where you are.
Look, Doc, the party's over. I happened to be listening when Jeannie was dropped by a while ago to tell you about the masked man stopping in to speak to her. Maybe you don't know who he is, but I do. I've heard about him, and I don't want him on my trail.
I know who he is, all right. And I know how to defeat him.
Really, Owen? How?
What's the matter with you, Doc? The game's up.
For you, Menard, I'm afraid it might be.
What do you mean?
The gentleman in the mask asked me a question, and I intend to answer it.
You haven't a chance, Owen.
I think I do. You see, I think you need Menard alive.
Doc.
So it's becoming clear, is it? If I were to pull this trigger, there'd be a real body to prove that Matt was a murderer. And Matt would hang. You wouldn't like that, would you, mister?
Are you trying to bargain with me, Owen?
I am. Now, mister, drop your gun.
Good work, Tonto. You stay here with Owen. I'll take Menard to the Pirates' Cave.
You think you'll be in time, Kimasabi?
I hope so, Tonto. Get going, Menard. And don't forget, I've got this gun on you every second.
A short time later, Janie Owens, having left her buckboard on the road below, made her way on foot toward the pirate's cave.
Matt? Matt, are you in there?
Janie!
Don't move, Janie.
So I finally found you, Matt. I remembered you'd played in one of these caves when you were little. Figured if I followed Janie, she'd lead me here.
Stay back, Dad.
You've broken the law again, Matt. You'll have to pay.
The law. That's all you ever cared about, isn't it?
Don't make it harder on me than it already is.
Oh, Matt, come out. You'll have a fair trial. There's a masked man who promised me he'd help you.
Help me? That's a laugh. Nobody helps anybody else in this world, Janie. Nobody.
Oh, Matt, please.
Save your breath, Janie. I'm coming after you, Matt.
I told you to stay back. One more step, Dad, and I'll let you have it. Sheriff! Matt, wait!
Wait, it's the masked man. And Sheriff, look.
It's Menard, alive.
Are you all right, son?
It'll be all right, Dad.
Oh, Matt.
But I thought he was dead.
You're not imagining things, Sheriff. He's alive, all right. I have reason to believe he's a member of the Midnight Gang. But your son should know more about that.
But I don't understand. You wear a mask, and yet...
I realize there are many questions in your mind, Sheriff. I'll try to answer them all on the way back to town. Right now, we'd better bandage Matt's shoulder and get this fellow into a jail cell.
Well, that's the end of the Midnight Gang. Menard has given me enough information on the rest of the gang to hang them all a dozen times over.
I'm sorry you ever had to find the truth out about Dr. Owens, Jenny.
When I think of all the terrible things he was responsible for, the murders, the robberies, oh, Matt, those things must never happen in this territory again. I want you to testify against him in court.
Yes, Jenny, I will. I realize now that none of us can live entirely alone. Maybe I do care what happens to this territory, to all of the West. You know what I mean, mister.
Yes, I know what you mean, Matt.
I'll never be able to thank you enough for what you did for me today. Dad, I'd like to kind of stay in this town, and maybe someday you could make me a deputy sheriff.
Sure, Matt, sure. You know, I learned quite a lot myself today. I found out there was something a good deal more important than the law, and that's justice. Examining the facts and listening to both sides. I've made plenty of mistakes, but that won't happen again, thanks to the masked man.
Why, he's gone.
Yes, he's gone. There may be someone else who needs him now.
Who is he, Sheriff?
I should have known him the first moment I saw him.
Wait a minute. A masked man on a white horse?
That's right, Matt. He's a Lone Ranger.
Ho, Silver! Hoy!
Yes, sir.
Box of cartridges, 44 caliber, please.
Mind telling me what you want him for, Mr. Smith?
No, I don't mind. Last night, your pet rattlesnake here paid me a visit. Said if I didn't stop trying to stir the folk up against you, I might regret it. Well, I aim to call the bluff.
You ought to know rattlesnakes don't bluff. When they rattle, they strike.
Now, Notch. Remember, at this store, the customer's always right. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Sure. You can post one of these notices I've had printed.
All citizens who are disgusted with the way outlaws and killers are being made welcome in our community are invited to attend a meeting at the ranch of Walt Smith on Thursday night. Oh, you must be mistaken, Mr. Smith. I'm sure if there were any outlaws in our town, your friend Sheriff Lowell would have arrested them long ago.
Sheriff's no friend of mine, Whitaker. Not since he started taking orders from you. It beats me how you turned a fine man like Tom Lowell into a spineless rabbit.
Maybe we ought to show him how it's done.
Now, Notch, mind your manners. That'll be $1 even for the cartridges.
That one's just bullheaded enough to cause us a little trouble.
I know.
Well, then why didn't you let me take him?
Because he hadn't paid for his purchase then. Now, of course, I no longer have any objections.
A shooting in broad daylight?
The more people that see it, the better. There may be 1 or 2 other people in town who think we're running a bluff.
He shot him dead. He shot Walt Smith. You're not going to let him get away with it.
I'll handle this my own way.
Which means you'll do nothing.
That's enough of that kind of talk, Rod. Go on home.
Fine sheriff you are lately. For all the good that badge does, it may as well be pinned on an empty paper bag.
It's your father. I'm ordering you to go on home and stay there.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, I'd follow Walt Smith's horse, bring back the body.
Forget it. The horse will drift back when it gets hungry.
Look, Whitaker,
Don't try anything, Law. You know what'll happen to that son of yours the day you stop taking orders from me.
Tonto, look there.
Shot him back, Kimasabi.
Not fatally, Tonto. Once he's put to bed, I think he'll be all right. I'd better see if he has any identification on him. His name is Walt Smith. Tonto, listen to this. All citizens who are disgusted with the way outlaws and killers are being made welcome in our community are... Begins to look as if we're on the right track at last.
You think this community where outlaws been disappearing?
It's a possibility at any rate. And, Tonto, we can't afford to leave any stone unturned.
What we do?
I'll make camp here. You take this fellow to his family, and then stop at the store and pick up what supplies we need.
Maybe back in 2 hours' time.
And Tonto, while you're in town, see if you can learn what the situation is there.
Me do that, Kimasabi.
Well, what can I do for you?
Me want flour and coffee.
Hey, Indian, haven't I run into you somewhere before?
Me travel much.
I think I remember. You used to ride for the old Larky gang, didn't you?
No.
No need to lie. You don't have to worry about being arrested here in Reedville.
Provided you got the price, that is.
What do you mean?
Are you sure he's one of Larky's men?
I think so. No, better still. I'm certain.
You got any money? Big money I'm talking about.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Cagey cuss, aren't you? Well, here's the deal. This town is wide open for outlaws. You can stay as long as you want. The law will never touch you. Provided you put a bag of gold dust right on this counter the first of every week.
That much wampum.
Well, it ought to be worth it not to have to spend most of your life looking over your shoulder.
Me have friend. Me talk to him before decide.
Fair enough. Tell him that there are plenty of other wanted men who are already enjoying Reedville's healthy climate. And there'll be more arriving all the time.
Sure, you may meet a lot of old friends here.
My friend always happy to meet outlaw.
So that's how it is. The general store is just a cover-up. Whittaker's real business is running a sanctuary for outlaws.
It's not good, Kimasabi.
Of course it isn't, Tonto. Whittaker will make a joke out of law and order in this section of the country.
Me make friends with Indian at livery stable. Him say sheriff scared of Whittaker.
Sheriff Lowell used to be a courageous man. It's hard to believe he's changed.
Maybe Whittaker have some kind of hold over him.
There's only one way to find out, Tonto.
We join Whittaker gang?
Right. Here's our initiation fee. A bag of gold dust apiece. You're certain Notch Bryce didn't recognize you?
Him think me one of Larky's outlaws.
Yes, but if he sees us together, he'll probably remember it was you and I who put the Larky crowd in jail. Tonto, it begins to look as if I need a new face.
Tonto, this disguise ought to do the trick.
No one ever knew you, Kimasabi.
Not Kimosabe, Tonto.
Try to think of me as Buck Cannon, just about one of the rip-rowanest old owl hoots that ever swapped lead with a posse.
Me understand, Kimasabi. Me understand, Buck.
That's right, Indian boy. Old Buck Cannon, that's my name.
Your partner?
Me call him Buck Gannon.
My Indian friend tells me you're operating kind of a rest home for weary outlaws. Of course, I ain't gonna sign the registry until I get a little information.
Like to see the color of your gold dust first.
There she be, mister. Just as pretty as a little yellow dog. Take a look at this one, too.
Well, everything seems to be in order. Now, if you'll... What's wrong?
I don't mind you studying it, but the transaction ain't settled. Like I said before, I want some information.
What kind of information?
Well, now, how do I know the sheriff in this here community ain't gonna put me in the lockup the first time he seed me?
You got our word for it. Ain't that enough for you?
No, it ain't, Sonny.
I don't like to be called Sonny.
I advise you to get along with Notch here, Mr. Gannon. He's my right-hand man and the best in these parts, either with his gun or his fists.
Second best, maybe. Not the best.
You are, I suppose.
You're the one that said it, Sonny.
I eat half-baked old saddle bums like you for breakfast every morning.
Maybe that's why you're so bilious appearing.
Look like you got brand new right-hand man.
Yeah, does look that way, doesn't it? You better go on outside and cool off, Notch.
Now listen here, Whittaker.
The man said outside, Sonny. Whose move?
Yours.
Well, now, how about that information I asked for?
You don't have to worry about the sheriff. He takes orders from me.
Yeah? How's that?
Because his son is the apple of his eye.
So you threaten to get the boy if the sheriff doesn't behave. Is that it?
Right.
Why sheriff not trying to get you first?
He did. Once. Actually put me in jail and tried to sneak his son out of town on a night stage.
Didn't work out, I take it.
Of course not. My men have orders to move fast if anything happens to me.
How'd they handle it?
The stage was held up by masked outlaws, and Rod Lowell had to walk all the way back into town with a bullet hole in his leg. So, the sheriff opened my cell door before anything worse could happen. Showed good sense, I thought.
You keep a pretty good lookout over that young fella, don't you?
Oh, yes, we even post guard over the Lowell home at night. The men take turns.
Mind if I take my turn tonight? Just to, get it over with.
It's all right with me. Have you had enough information?
Help yourself. Whittaker, you must make yourself a lot of gold with this little scheme of yours.
I've only just begun. It won't be any time before this is an outlaw kingdom, with me at its head.
Seems like a big mouthful for one man to chew.
Depends on the man, Gannon. I've never failed yet at anything I set out to do.
Did you set out to win this here checker game, Whittaker?
Of course.
Well, now, you had your first failure.
Come in. Who are you?
Right now, I'm using the name Buck Gannon.
Oh, yeah. The new one Whittaker told me about.
It's my turn to stand guard outside of your house tonight.
Then get on outside. You're not any more welcome in here than any other outlaw.
Not an outlaw, Sheriff.
What are you trying to tell me?
I've come to clean this town up and to put Whittaker and his gang right where they belong.
Hey, that voice, I've heard that somewhere before.
You have. 7 years ago in Lewis City. Sheriff, you ever seen one of these before?
Silver bullet. The Lone Ranger.
You and I worked together once before. We can do it again.
Yeah. Of course. What did you have in mind?
I've replaced Notch Bryce as Whittaker's right-hand man. He'll listen to me and...
Sorry to have to do this to you, Ranger.
And do what, Sheriff?
Expose you to Whittaker?
Then why do you do it?
Don't you understand? I have to. If Whittaker ever finds out, he'll have my son gunned down with no more feeling than if he'd stepped on a bug.
Sure, I understand. And I also understand that your boy will remain in constant jeopardy as long as the present situation continues to exist.
Well, maybe so. He's alive now, and I aim to keep him that way.
You really mean you'd turn your back on everything your badge stands for?
No, Dad. No.
Rod, what are you doing here?
I heard somebody out here.
Well, leave us alone. This gentleman and I are discussing a business matter.
With a drawn gun? It's no use trying to hide the facts any longer, Dad. I heard the whole story. Look, I can see now that everything you did was to protect me. But you were wrong, Dad, dead wrong.
I was afraid you'd react that way. That's why I didn't tell you anything about it. Oh, Rod, you're young. You're full of fool notions.
Is it a fool notion to believe in the law?
Is it, Sheriff?
No, but this is different. The ordinary rules don't apply.
And yet you taught me that the ordinary rules must always apply. That no one had the right to change the meaning of the law just to fit their own personal needs.
But, son,
And that's exactly what you've done, Dad. You've changed the meaning of the law here in town.
I was going to resign. But he said he'd get you for sure if I did.
Tampering with the law is like tossing a stone in a brook. You can't tell where the ripples are going to stop.
Well, son, what do you want me to do?
Cooperate with this fella. Rid the town of outlaws.
It can be done, Sheriff, without endangering your son.
Yeah, but you'd have to net the whole gang all at once. And Whittaker makes a point to keep them separated. If one of them, just one, got away, he'd be sure to go gunning for Rod.
My plan takes that into account.
Well, better tell me about it.
Like I said before, Whittaker listens to everything I say. Now, tomorrow morning, you go into his store.
You want to see us, Whittaker?
Oh, yes. The sheriff here has just brought word that Commissioner Fosdick is arriving on the afternoon stage from the territory capital.
Yeah, I'll be here in a couple of hours.
Oh, what about it?
What about it? If the commissioner recognizes any of you known outlaws, we're in for trouble.
Whittaker, there's a deserted miner shack way out in Satan's Gully. Another one about 10 miles beyond. The gang could split up there and hide out in the shacks. That is, until the commissioner skedaddles.
That's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, what are we going to eat for a week? Greasewood and sand?
My Indian friend and I can bring a load of supplies to the hideouts. We can take the sheriff's son with us. He can lend us a hand. That way we can keep an eye on him. Now, to answer your question, Sonny...
Well, if you ask me, the whole idea's a waste of time.
Nobody asked you, Notch. I'll tell the rest of the boys to split up and ride out to the shacks right away. The sooner you start loading that supply wagon, the better.
Well, the rest of them have already left, Mastermind. I'm leaving now.
All right, Sonny. We'll meet you at the Satan's Gully shack. On your way.
Yeah, well, don't be too long about it. I'm getting hungry already.
And we'll make it as fast as we can. Don't forget, we have to stick to the wagon trail.
Put this inside your shirt until you need it.
What'll that be?
About half the gang will be gathered at the shack when we arrive. We'll go in and mingle with them for a while. And when I give the signal, you, Tonto, and I will draw our guns.
I see. Hey, that was a smart idea to convince Whitaker to split them up. This way we won't be too badly outnumbered.
With the element of surprise on our side, we ought to be able to capture them without firing a shot. Then we'll move on to the other hideout, and we'll use the same plan.
What about Whitaker?
Your dad will take care of him just as soon as we're well out of town.
Wagon all ready, Buck. Me put our horses in stable.
Good. Let's get started. Come on, boys. Here, go.
Yes, sir. What can I do? Hefty! What are you doing back at our little resort?
Hello, Whitaker. Bank holdup over in the territory capital.
You look like you've been riding hard.
That's right. Figured on resting up here in Reedville for a while.
Oh, fine. But we've temporarily shifted our base of operations because Commissioner Fosdick is coming in on the afternoon stage. But if you ride the trail to Satan's Gully,
Commissioner who is arriving?
Fosdick, Commissioner Fosdick.
Wait a minute, Whitaker. Somebody's been feeding you wooden flapjacks.
What do you mean?
Well, the day I left the Capitol, there was a piece in the paper about how Commissioner Fosdick had gone to Washington, D.C. on territory business. He can't be there and here at the same time.
I don't understand. It doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does, Whitaker. Party's over, Whitaker. Turn around, both of you. All right, you can put them down there.
What do you think you're doing?
Something I should have done a long time ago, Whitaker. Placing you under arrest. Keep your hands still.
Well, can't I even roll a smoke?
All right, make sure you move soft.
You're digging your son's grave with that gun, Sheriff. Wait till Notch Bryce and the others hear about this.
I don't think your rattlesnakes will give me any more trouble. Not after Buck Gannon gets through pulling their fangs.
Gannon? That old windbag working with you? Your law enforcement's a little rusty, Sheriff. Nice work.
Now what?
Gannon's riding a supply wagon. That means he'll have to stick to the trail. If we cut across country, we can beat him to the hideout.
What about this one?
We'll take him with us. You wouldn't believe that you dug your own son's grave, would you? Well, now you can get eyewitness proof. Come on, get going.
There's the miner's shack. What do you think, Tonto?
Me not like it, Kimasabi.
What's wrong?
It's too quiet in there to be natural, Rod.
Maybe they're all napping after that long ride from town.
Perhaps. But just the same, we'd better be on the alert. Get up, boys.
Hold your fire till they reach those rocks. Bring the sheriff over to the window. I want him to have a good view.
Get out.
Fool, you fired too soon.
I couldn't help it. He shot me.
All right, lawman, out that door.
Hold it, Rod.
I'll give you 10 seconds to surrender or the sheriff gets it in the back.
Your dad's shaking his head. He wants us to go on fighting.
No, I couldn't do it.
Nor could I.
All right, Whitaker. You win. He's making a break for it. Cover him. He'll make it all right.
Easy, Sheriff. Dad, you shouldn't have taken a chance like that.
I had to do it, son. To try and make up for some of the other things I've done. Look, never mind me.
You're gonna have your hands full over there at the shack.
How many are there?
6.
Come on, we'll rush it.
Hold it, Rod. Seems Tonto has a better idea.
Me make bow from greasewood branch, make arrow from arrowweed, dip arrow in oil with bring for lamp.
What are you up to, Tonto?
You'll see in a minute, Rod. We'll try the side window.
What's going on out there?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Hey, Whitaker, fire arrows!
That did it. Keep at it, Tonto.
All right, out the back way.
There is no back way.
Then we stand and fight.
Whitaker!
That's not Buck Gannon's voice. Who are you? What do you want?
Never mind who I am. If all of you throw down your guns and come out with your hands high, we won't shoot.
Here's my answer.
How about the rest of you guys?
Let's get out of here. No, you don't. Just stay and fight. I'm the leader here. I'm giving the orders.
You mess things up enough, Whitaker. You!
Double crosses.
Look, they've turned on each other just like the jackals they are. Let's go, but be careful.
What are you going to do with us?
What shall we do with them?
Tie them up, put out the fire, then we'll move on to the other hideout. There's a jail cell waiting for every one of you, and some I suspect are hangman's noose.
Now I remember where I seen this Injun. He wasn't with Larky's gang. And that's the masked man that put Larky's gang in jail. Huh? Come in.
Just dropped by to say goodbye, Sheriff.
I hope I run into you again. You too, Tonto.
Since you cleaned out both those outlaw hideouts, our jail is so crowded the sheriff here has had to hire a new helper.
Me hear about that. Where new deputy?
Well, he's in the bedroom admiring his new badge in the mirror.
Well, just say goodbye to him for us.
I shall. And thanks for everything.
Adios.
Goodbye.
I thought I heard somebody else in here, Dad.
You did.
Well, who was it?
It was the man who put my feet back on the right road again, Rod. You know, I'll never forget the look on Notch's face when he recognized Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
He must be somewhere around here.
Me think him head for that box canyon, but me not sure.
If he's holed up there, we'll have to keep that entrance covered.
Maybe other way out. Him seem to know every trail in country.
I think you're right.
When man run from law, him have to know plenty places to hide.
We have to know just as many places to look. We're keeping after Blackie Kane until we get him.
Him no fool, Kimasabi. Him outsmart us twice now.
Yes, and he may do it again. As long as Blackie Kane is free, nobody's life is safe.
Listen, Kimasabi. Me hear horses.
It's him. Come on, Tonto. Lost him, Tonto. We better backtrack. Must have hidden in here, Tonto.
Ground too rocky, no hoof prints here.
Tonto, look. He was here, all right. Blackie Kane's trademark. Brown paper cigarette.
How we find him again, Kimasabi?
The same as we found him the last time. By following the trail he leaves. A trail of robbery and murder. Let's go.
Hold up.
Blackie Kane, Sheriff, just held up the express office.
Blackie Kane? That's what he said. Come on, let's round up a posse. I must be getting old, Jim, to let Blackie Kane slip through my fingers.
Don't worry, Sheriff. Someone else will capture him.
I don't want anybody else to capture him. I want us to capture him. What was the matter with you today?
What do you mean?
I watched you when we were chasing Blackie Kane. Your heart wasn't in it. You seemed glad when he got away.
Oh, you're crazy, Hank.
Am I? Jim, when I signed you as my deputy 2 years ago, I picked you for a square shooter. Don't let me down.
Look, Sheriff, anytime you stop trusting me, you can have my badge.
Take it easy. It's getting late. We're both tired.
I'm going to my cabin.
Reach, Jim. Don't draw, you're covered. I hate to do this to an old pal. But now that you're a lawman, I can't take any chances.
How did you find me?
I recognized you when you and that posse were chasing me this afternoon. Never figured you'd join up with the law, Jim.
What do you want here?
Now, is that any way to talk to a man who knows as much about you as I do?
Folks respect me in this town, Blackie. I like my job and I've made good. Don't mess things up for me again.
Why, Jim, I'm not going to mess things up for you. I just want you to do me a little favor.
Favor? What kind of favors can I do for you? You've robbed every bank in the state. Don't you have enough money yet?
That's just the trouble. I've got too much money. And too many people are looking for me. This morning it was a masked man and an Injun. This afternoon, you and that posse.
What do you expect me to do? Tell people to leave you alone?
You won't have to because I'm hightailing it out of here, heading for the border. But first I need a few things. Food, ammunition, a change of clothes.
That should be easy for you. Just rob a general store.
It's not worth the risk. Besides, there's more than just me. I've hooked up with the two Barrett brothers, and the three of us figure it'd be a lot simpler if you brought us what we need. You can say you're buying it for friends.
Look, Blackie, I'm working for the law, not against it. If you think I'm going to help a bunch of cheap murdering crooks, you're out of your mind.
Hold it, Tin Horn. Or how would you like me to write to the marshal at Abilene and let him know where a certain Jim Wadsworth is, who's wanted for murder? What do you say, Jim?
Where are you and the Barretts hiding out?
Copper Canyon, the north corner. We'll be expecting you first thing in the morning, lawman.
You're right about Blackie Kane leaving trail. Him rob express office in Muldoon.
Did they catch him, Tonto?
Sheriff and posse chase Kane out of town, then lose him. But just now me pick up Kane's trail again.
Good. Where did the trail lead to?
Me not understand, Kimasabi. Tracks lead right back to cabin of sheriff's deputy right near here.
Sheriff's deputy?
Me look through window, but Kane not there.
Who is this deputy?
Me ask in town, him named Jim Tyler. Come to Muldoon 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Why, 2 years ago, Blackie Kane was in a lot of trouble in Abilene with a man named Jim Wadsworth.
Me remember. Wadsworth disappear.
Yes, and was never found again. You stay here, Tonto. I want a good look at this Jim Tyler. Don't draw. I'm a friend.
Then why the mask?
This mask means the same to me as your badge does to you.
You a lawman? Oh, you must be the masked rider that was chasing Blackie Kane this morning.
How did you know I was chasing Blackie Kane?
Well, somebody in town saw you. What do you want with me, anyway?
I was hoping you might know where Blackie Kane is.
Me? How could I know?
Weren't you the last man to see him?
See him? Oh, you mean when we were chasing him this afternoon?
I thought you might have seen him since then.
How could I? Blackie and I are on opposite sides of the law.
Yes, I'm told you made a fine record in this town. You come from Abilene, don't you?
Why do you ask?
I just got back from there myself, checking up on Kane. It seems he and a man named Wadsworth were involved in a murder 2 years back.
Wadsworth, huh? Who's he?
A young bank clerk. Most people I talked to spoke very highly of him. It seems he let them down by running away.
Maybe when a man's wanted for murder, he has to run away.
That depends. Whether he's innocent or guilty. Sorry you can't help me get a line on Kane. I'll be on my way.
Wait. Why are you so interested in Blackie Kane?
Because he's hurt a lot of innocent people. He'll hurt more if he isn't caught.
I suppose if this Wadsworth were any kind of a man, and he knew where to find Blackie Kane, he'd want to bring him to justice.
That depends. He'll have to give himself up, too. There's one way of picking up Blackie's trail. He often smokes brown paper cigarettes. Like this. Jim, I hope you find Blackie. No gun, Sheriff. I'm here on business.
Business? I want to see a man's face when I talk business.
You'll have to make an exception this time.
What do you want?
I have reason to believe your deputy, Jim Tyler, is protecting Blackie Kane.
Jim? In cahoots with Blackie? I won't believe it. I know men, mister, and I picked Jim for a square shooter. And I'd stake my life he's honest.
I know men, too, Sheriff. I think you're right about Jim. But only he can prove it.
How?
By capturing Blackie Kane.
What do you suggest I do?
Send Jim out tomorrow after Blackie. Alone.
Alone?
My Indian friend Tonto and I will follow his trail. We'd like you to come along, too.
Just why do you want him to go alone?
Because then he'll feel free to help Blackie escape or to bring him in for trial.
Two choices, huh?
Yes, but only one if he's a square shooter.
All right. I'll see him in the morning.
Good, Sheriff. See you later.
You see Jim Tyler?
Yes, Tonto.
What'd you find out?
Nothing definite except that I think Jim Tyler and Jim Wadsworth are the same man.
How you prove that?
Tonto, I can't. Unless Jim himself admits it.
Him not likely do that when him makes up in murder.
That depends upon what kind of a person he really is. There's no doubt he helped Blackie Kane. But did he do it because he wanted to or because he had to?
There's no way to find answer for that.
Tonto, I think there is.
You have planned to trap Jim?
If my plan works out right, it'll be Blackie Kane who'll be trapped.
What do you mean?
Well, Sheriff Pettigrew is sending Jim on a manhunt tomorrow. I'm hoping he'll lead us to Blackie Kane. And if he does, then we'll find out for sure what side of the law he's really on.
Come in.
Morning, Jim.
Morning, Sheriff. I was just coming down to the office.
I'd save your trip. Get a nice early start.
I suppose we're going after Blackie Kane again.
Not we. You.
Me? Alone?
Yeah. Can't both of us go off and leave the town unprotected? Blackie's just one man. Shouldn't take more than one to catch him.
But, well, supposing he's got friends.
Afraid you'll be outnumbered? That's not like you, Jim.
Well, he's probably at the border by now anyway.
Then follow him to the border and bring him back. What's the matter with you, Jim? Have you forgotten that you're a lawman?
I haven't forgotten.
Then get going.
There, Jim. Kimosabe.
He's headed due south toward Copper Canyon.
Copper Canyon? Isn't there no line shack in that canyon?
Yeah. Maybe your suspicions are right, friend. He looks like he knows where he's going.
And that could be Blackie Kane's hideout. We'll ride over and take a look.
That must be Jim with the supplies. Yeah, that's him.
Good. We eat.
Take care of the fire. Hello, Jim. Glad to see you got here early. Meet the Barrett brothers. This is Jim Wadsworth. Or I should say Jim Tyler, now that he's a lawman. Did you bring the stuff?
No, Blackie, I didn't. Don't move. Stay where you are. Drop your guns, all of you.
What's the big idea?
I've got a score to even up with you, Blackie. Now's as good a time as any.
What are you going to do with me?
You'll find out. Get outside.
Not so fast, Jim.
Would you rather even up the score in here?
You're not going to even it up anywhere. Because I lied to you when I told you there were 2 Barrett brothers. There's 3 of them. And the 3rd one's standing behind you right now. Let him have it, Clint.
What are we going to do now? We can't reach the border without food and ammunition.
There may still be a way.
How? Every lawman in the territory is watching for us.
It may be risky, but it might work. Jim's the same build as me. If I was to change clothes with him, I might get what we want.
In Muldoon? Everybody knows him there.
No, in Weaverville.
But that's the wrong direction from the border.
I can get there and back in 4 hours.
That's great for you if it works. What guarantee we got you'll come back?
There's your guarantee. The gold I stole from the Muldoon Express office. Satisfied?
Yeah.
All right, give me a hand.
I don't understand. 5 horses.
Me recognize Jim's horse and Blackie's horse, but who other 3 belong to?
I'm not sure, but I got a postering on one of the Barrett brothers. Said he was riding a horse like that Pinto.
Barrett brothers. It's hard to believe that Jim is tied in with them, too.
Look, Kemosabe.
It's Jim, coming out alone.
I'd give a lot to know what went on inside that cabin.
So would I. He must have made a deal with Blackie.
That's not Jim. It's Blackie.
We can't let him get away.
Tonto, trail him.
Jim must have traded clothes with Blackie. Why the...
Hold on, Sheriff. We have no proof Jim is working with them. Let's try to get inside that cabin. You know the Barretts are wanted, too. Tonto will take care of Blackie. Let's go.
Blackie's crazy if he thinks we need this hombre as a hostage. Finish him off now, Vince.
We've got to get inside.
I think we're outnumbered.
We'll have to risk it. Jim's life is at stake. There's a door in the back. I'll sneak around and see if I can take him by surprise. You keep firing through this window.
Reach high. You. Drop it. You'll do the dolphin, mister. Kind of figured you'd pull a trick like this. You outside. Come in with your hands up or I'll shoot the masked man dead. Well, what do you know? A sheriff. Looks like we're going to have a bigger funeral than we planned on. Before we do, I want to have a look at that face of yours.
You all right, Jim?
I'm fine now.
Lucky you came to when you did. You saved our lives.
I guess you saved mine. They'd have gotten rid of me quick.
Any idea where Blackie went?
I don't know. I think I heard him say he was coming back.
Jim, get some rope. Tie these men up. We'll wait for Blackie here. Get over there. You, up. Hurry it up.
Who smashed the windows? You hombres been fighting? Well, I got everything we need. We can light out for the border.
Look out!
You all right, Jim?
Nick, me follow this one to Weaverville, Kimasabi. Him fool them. Make them think him Jim.
If you're looking for your other 3 men, they're tied up in that closet over there.
You ain't taking me in.
No? Who's going to stop us?
He is. And if he don't, I'll see that he hangs higher than I will.
Can he do that, Jim?
I'm afraid so.
What do you mean by that? He means I know something you don't want me to tell.
You're right, Blackie, because I'm going to do the telling. 2 years ago, Blackie and I worked in the same bank. One night, I caught him and another cashier making plans to hold it up. The other fellow reached for a gun. So did I. He fired and missed, but I didn't.
Why didn't you stay and face the music, Jim?
Because it looked like murder, and there was a lynch mob forming. Blackie was my only witness. He wouldn't testify that I shot in self-defense unless I helped him rob the bank. So I ran out.
That's not the way I saw it happen. And that's not what I'm going to tell a jury. He was planning to hold up that bank himself.
Which one of them you think's telling the truth?
That's something we may never find out, Sheriff. But I do know this. Jim here saved our lives, and we owe him a favor in return. It isn't likely that we'd turn him in. But the only way to keep Blackie from doing it is to kill him.
You've gone crazy.
Jim, you make the decision.
Thanks.
Now, wait a minute. I'm entitled to a fair trial. You can't take the law into your own hands.
You've been doing that for a number of years, Blackie.
Yeah, but I'm an outlaw. He's a deputy. It's his job to uphold the law.
Not anymore, it isn't. Outside, Blackie.
Now, wait a minute, Jim. You can't do this to me.
Outside.
I've got my rights.
That's far enough, Blackie.
Gone loco. You'll be a party to murder if you let Jim kill Blackie.
Jim, wait a minute. You're an honest man. You don't shoot people in cold blood.
Don't I?
Jim, I swear I'll tell the truth. It was self-defense, just like you said. I swear I'll tell the truth.
You look good on your knees, Blackie.
Jim, ain't you human? Can't you give me a chance?
Sure, I'll give you a chance, Blackie. Because you're right. I can't shoot a man in cold blood. Get up.
You're a fool, Jim. You should have killed me when you had the chance. I'm not weak like you. When I get a man where I want him, I let him have it. Like this.
All right, Blackie. On your feet. Here's your man, Sheriff.
I'm certainly grateful to you, mister, for handing me an empty gun. I'd have been dead now if you hadn't.
Jim, it's the only way I could find out whether you're an honest lawman or a murderer. We'll head for town.
Ready, Jim? The stage is waiting to take us to Abilene.
Ready.
And you'll be back plenty soon. No jury convict you now.
Not after Hank gets through testifying for you.
You bet I'll be back. But I'll be back as Jim Wadsworth, thanks to you two.
The West needs lawmen like you, Jim. Stick at it. Donald, adios.
Hey, I forgot to ask your name. He's gone.
I reckon nobody knows his name.
Well, you must have known him, Hank. You trusted him.
Sure, I trusted him. He's the Lone Ranger.
Country. Plenty peaceful.
There'll be no peace here if McCarty comes back.
This place where him used to be bandit?
Tonto, about a mile down that way is an abandoned mine. It used to be McCarty's headquarters before he was sent to prison.
And that place called Black Rock Mine.
Why, yes. And now that the crook has escaped, he might head there again.
Me see a man there this morning.
What did he look like?
That's not bandit. This old prospector named Fred Neely.
Did he pack a gun?
No, him peaceable feller.
That's no place for a peaceable man if McCarty does come back to this territory. It's my hunch he's headed this way.
That's not good for Fred Neely.
Nor for anyone else. Tonto will have to catch McCarty before he builds a new gang and causes more bloodshed.
And kill plenty men.
Papers are right what they say about McCarty.
Them say him hold back the development of this entire region.
Yes, and it's men like McCarty that frightened off eastern capital, ranchers and farmers, the plain people who want to build the West. We can't let him do that again.
We catch him, Kimasabi.
I'm going down to the pass and watch for him. You ride back to the mine. Tell that new friend of yours he'd better get out of there.
Let me go tell him.
down. Get down off that horse. I got a charge in there. What do you want to do? Get killed? Get down off that horse. Come on, get back to this rock over here. Come on, hurry up, partner. It's a good thing you're spry. Look out, here she comes. 8, 9.
That's why you lose head.
Oh, must be that darn fuse. Homemade fuses. Must have went out.
You wait. They're not safe to do.
Now look, Injun, I've been making fuses for years. And any time that they don't go off by now, they ain't going off at all.
Stay down. Why you make blasting that place? Long time no gold there.
Listen, if I'd have saved every nugget that I took out of places that said was played out, me and my granddaughter'd be fair rich. Okay. Well, I waited long enough.
Now, better you stay away from there. That place once belonged to bandit.
Well, it belongs to me now because I filed a claim on it. Legal and proper.
Maybe him come back. What you do then?
I'll sling him off my place, that's what I'll do. Or I'll stick my granddaughter on him. Boy, she can shoot the ears off a caterpillar. Now leave her alone, I'm gonna walk. Look and see.
I feel all busted up.
You'll be all right, only not move.
Oh.
You find gold.
I did.
Ah, but look what kind.
Oh, that's crazy. Gold don't come already minted.
More. You look, more.
Gee, Jehoshaphat. Nature's getting more wonderful every day.
No. Bandit who stay here, him hide this gold maybe. Now him come back this way.
Oh.
Better me take you to doctor than talk about gold.
Just my luck to get a sheep herder's clothes. I never could stand sheep, and now I smell like one of them.
You got rid of your prison outfit. That's better than us.
How do you know that gold is still where you left it? You've been away 5 years.
It's there.
Yeah, how do you know?
It's right there, buried in the rock. And it'll still be there when we get clothes and guns to take care of it and dig it out.
I'm going to take my share and go to South America. Me, I always did want to be a muy big ranchero.
I thought you were aching to join my gang.
Oh, I mean later. South America comes later after we pull a real big job.
That's a smart idea, Slim. You do that. Somebody's coming.
About time.
I can't see much of them.
What's to see? It's a man, and that means clothes for whoever they fit.
It's a horse and wagon. That means the end of walking. And I wasn't built to walk. Slim, you go down there and hide beside the road. And grab that horse as soon as I shoot.
Bullseye. It's too bad he didn't have more cash on him. I reckon doctors never get rich.
Nobody's going to believe I'm a doctor, rich or poor, with all this grime on my face. Ought to be some soap around here. I'll take that along, too.
You can get one in town when you're buying us horses and clothes for me.
You think I'm going into town without a six-shooter? Give it here.
You go in just as you are and get us what we need. We'll keep the Colt and rifle, sort of protection in case you get lost.
Maybe the doc is known in the town. Somebody might recognize the clothes, the horse, the rig. Somebody might recognize me.
It was 5 years since you was here, and most of the time before that, you wore a mask.
Lots of things can happen to me, boys, the way you're doing this. What'll you do if I don't come back?
Yeah, he could go straight to his hideout and grab all that gold for himself.
He won't.
Why not?
Not as long as you know I'm alive.
That's the way I like it, boys. Everybody knows how everybody feels. So everybody sticks together.
Yeah.
Howdy, miss. Mind taking a message to the sheriff? I haven't time to stop.
Sheriff's out with a posse.
That's too bad. I wanted to let him know. Just saw a man down the road a ways. Looked like a convict. Prison garb and all.
Well, that must be one of the men the sheriff's been looking for. There's been a big prison break.
Better tell somebody about it.
Sure will. They'll just about clean out the town to make up another posse. Sheriff deputized a lot.
That's too bad. Maybe I should buy myself a six-shooter.
Maybe you better. You just passing through?
You might call it that.
Drummer?
Doctor. Dr. Jones.
Oh, well, thank heavens.
Why?
Well, you're just as welcome as the gentle rain. Granddad's mind caved in on him and broke pretty near every bone in his body. We've just been going plumb loco trying to find a doctor.
No doctor in a town of this size?
Oh, Doc Finley passed away about a week ago.
Oh. Well, I just happened along and kind of in a hurry.
You come and have a look at my Gramps. There's a doctor on his way in from Three Pines, but Gramps needs attention right away. Say, that doctor might run afoul of that convict you saw.
Said I was in a hurry. Business that can't wait.
Well, Gramps can't wait.
Sure he can.
That cave-in broke every rib.
Not half as bad as a bullet. You make him rest easy until that fellow from Three Pines comes along.
We're not waiting. We have you.
Say, miss, you better put that thing down. You wear it for shooting snakes and things, not to draw down on a man.
I'm going to put a hole in your leg if you don't see it my way, so just pick up those lines there and move over. Gramps set off the charge in the old McCarty hideout, and that's what did it.
Where?
It's an old abandoned mine.
You can put that gun away, miss. You won't need it.
Double eagle. Double eagle in the rock.
Better you not talk.
Now, don't you worry. Don't you worry about a single solitary thing. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And so far as anybody can see, he's got no mind to take Fred Neely. So you're the doctor. Took you a long time. Where are you from?
How's Gramps?
In pain. In terrible pain. Ella, you tell that Injun to hightail out of that house. I don't like his looks. I don't like the looks of any Injun. Don't you sometimes get a feeling as though they're all downright furriners? They look furrin.
Well, I'm very grateful to this one.
Doctor, he's the saddest mess as the 40 days of night and rain. Plumb shattered, inside and out.
Please excuse me, Mrs. Tice.
Just let me finish, dear, and I'll be on my way. And don't you tell him 'twas his own fault. Maybe it was. Everybody warned him to keep away from that outlaw place, but he wouldn't. Still in all, if the walls hadn't come down, who knows if the gold would have stood revealed, just like a fiery sword, as the good book might say.
Mrs. Tice, will you please let the doctor pass? Please come along, Doctor.
Excuse me. What's all that gab about gold?
Gramps uncovered it cash. Thousands of dollars. They say it must have belonged to the old McCarty gang.
You gotta talk. Gotta tell Ella how to take care of all the double eagle.
Gramps, you're more important than the gold. Lie still.
Where is it?
What?
The gold.
The gold here now. Me go back with sacks and get it and bring it here. Gold belonged to him.
Where is it?
Doc, never mind the gold. You have a patient here.
Yes, I guess that's right.
Him doctor, but him not like doctor. Me see many doctors, but him not like others.
In what way?
No, me only feel.
You waited there until he left?
Him not want to go. Him want to stay, maybe look for gold.
Tonto, you must be wrong.
Tonto not like him eyes. Him have eyes not like doctor, like wolf.
What about the doctor from Three Pines? The one they were waiting for?
Him not come. Him too busy, maybe.
Only a foolish man would argue against your intuition, Tonto. We'll ride over to Neely's and investigate.
Kimasabe.
Yes, Tonto.
This doctor, him tell girl him see convict.
Where?
On road when him come near town. Him say tell sheriff, but sheriff not there.
A convict? And he didn't do anything about it? He just drove on?
Him not have gun. You think him see McCarty?
McCarty and his pals took the guard's rifle when they escaped. If the doctor saw them from the road, they certainly saw him. In which case, he wouldn't be alive to tell this story.
Then you think him see somebody else?
Maybe.
This is what I did. I roped and hog-tied him in 6 miles of bandages. And boys, if that old Jasper lives after my doctrine, it'll be because he's just plain poisoned me.
What's the girl like?
A girl. Carries a 6-gun and tries to act like she's handy with it.
You mad at her?
Next time I see her, I'm going to take that gun away from her and shove it through her pretty white teeth.
You'd beat up a woman?
Yeah.
A girl?
Oh, shut up, will you?
No, I don't sit in no game like this. Where I was raised, we don't beat up women.
They just raised you to be a bandit and a convict, huh?
When you Jaspers quit flapping your jaws, I'd like to get after that gold.
That was a crazy thing to happen. If we'd have got here 1 day sooner, we'd have had that gold in our saddlebags. We've got no right to it. It belongs to me.
To us. Where are they keeping it? You find out?
Find out. They had me between that gunslinging female and the Indian, both watching me like I had my prison uniform on. We're going to find out right now. Come on.
$23,000. Gramps, can you hear me? Please come in, Indian. Well, you're prowling around pretty late, aren't you, Indian?
Not late when people are in trouble.
Oh, Gramps is just getting along fine.
Me bring friend who maybe fix him up good.
Oh, we already have a doctor. I don't think a medicine man would help any.
I'm no medicine man, Miss Neely.
No, it's clear who you are, you no-count crook. And I'm afraid Mrs. Tush might have been right about you, too.
Him not crook, him fight crook.
From behind a mask like a road agent?
Miss Neely, it isn't right that law and order should have to fight from behind cover. But neither is it right that there's anything but law and order in the West. May I have a better look at him?
No.
I'm going to anyway, Miss Neely, but I'd like your permission.
Him bad medicine for outlaw, but plenty good medicine for a sick man.
Tonto tells me you had a doctor who's a little unusual. I'm only curious to see what he's done.
Well, I can't see any harm in looking.
Thank you. There's probably nothing wrong, but I'd like...
What is it?
No doctor ever wound bandages like that.
Well, he said he was a doctor. He carried a doctor's bag.
He must have stolen it. He couldn't bind a thumb. Let's take the bandages off this man and doctor him. He's been cheated out of his last chance. Make another wet pack. A big one for his chest.
If I ever get my sights trained on that ornery polecat who calls himself a doctor.
Tonto, the doctor is a fake. There's a good chance he may be McCarty or one of his men.
Then why him say him see convict?
He may have said that to double-cross his pals, or to draw more men out of town. One thing is certain. He'll come back here, and he'll come back here armed.
We wait for him?
No, Tonto. McCarty may have Evans and Walker with him. I don't want any shooting in this house, or anywhere in town, for that matter.
What we do?
If he is McCarty, he'll come back here for that gold. Wherever it goes, he'll follow.
Me savvy.
We can't tell the girl about it. She's too sudden and has a temper.
You take gold away?
Yes, Tonto. Back to the mine. If this is McCarty we're dealing with, he'll come after it. But if we're mistaken, the real McCarty will show up very soon anyway and dig out his cash. I want to be there to meet him.
Tonto be there, too?
No, there may be trouble here.
I've been trying to think of a pretty speech to tell you how beholden I am, but all I can say is thank you and much obliged.
Don't worry, Miss Neely. We'll get our payment. You must remember that old bones don't heal very quickly. He's lost more blood than he can afford.
But he has a chance.
Yes, I'd say a mighty good one. Well, with that out of the way, I'll just help myself to these. What's the matter, Miss Neely?
Well, I should have known. You're just another varmint, both of you. I should have known no honest man has to skulk behind a mask. All right, take it. It's your pay for whatever good you did my granddad. I don't owe you anything now. Take it and get. Both of you, go on, get. I can't stand you under my eyes.
You do as I told you. Then meet me at Black Rock Mine.
Ella,
Yes, I'm here.
Ella, they took the gold. They took it, Ella.
I know, Gramps, I know. Now you just be still.
I know, but they took it.
So what if they did? We're still better off than they are. Anything's better than being a thief.
Yeah.
Now you just go to sleep. That's right. Go to sleep.
Here it is.
Coming up like this in broad day. Spend half a night fixing a wagon wheel. Why couldn't you get us all horses?
You've been talking about that 100 times. What's the difference? We're here.
You reckon that gold is still in there?
If it isn't, it'll be back there by the time we get through with that girl.
You know how I feel about that.
I know how you feel about a lot of things. We don't have to touch the girl. She'll jump fast enough if we touch her grandfather.
You Injun. What are you doing up there? You sneaking redskin hiding up there like that? Come out of that hayloft.
That's the Indian.
You hear me, you painted savage? You hear me talking to you? You come down. Crawling around like a snake in the dark, looking for people to scalp and houses to burn, hey? Well, you'll do precious little of that from now on. Let's see you take my scalp, you savage. You sneaking redskin.
That was lucky shooting, ma'am.
My gun jammed. Let me have that, you polecat varmint.
This little lady's got quite a temper, but I know how to keep you quiet.
I said no.
Let go.
You both let go. You took $20-some thousand in gold coin out of that mine. It belongs to us. Where is it?
Oh, so that's what you're after, the gold. Well, that's the sweetest news I've heard in a long stretch of time.
Don't talk so much. Just get it.
It isn't here.
Where did you put it?
I didn't put it anywhere. Somebody took it away. But, gents, I'll be mighty glad to tell you where he is.
Ella, no.
Gramps!
No.
Oh, you keep your dirty paws off. You've done enough harm. The Indian and a masked man stole that money last night. The masked man took it up to the Black Rock mine.
Well, somebody's working your territory.
We'll get another horse and some saddles. And get over there. Come on.
Help me here.
Surround him on three sides and rush him.
Well, I take a chance.
Hey, not through the head. I want it.
There's your sombrero.
Yeah. You double-crosser. You yellow double-crosser, McCarthy.
He was asking for it. What are you so sore about? It's a two-way split now.
Maybe one way if I turn my back on you, you yellow double-crosser.
Reach out.
That's a dummy. You don't think I'd go to sleep with you murderers prowling around, do you? Now get going. Hurry it up. Turn around. I'm going to rope you neck to neck. The next rope you feel will be that of a hang.
You can't kill an old vinegaroon like me. You can't even knock me out. I heard you when you was telling Tonto your scheme. I heard you just as clear. But you see, I couldn't talk.
It's enough that you talked to Ella right after she sent those convicts to the mine.
Hey, I reckon you're... Hey, are you sure they're safe in jail?
The sheriff's returned. I've left all the crooks in his custody.
Is your arm feeling better?
I had to hold gun again when I need it.
Oh, I have the money evenly divided. Half of it belongs to you.
I'm afraid we don't know who owns it. You'll have to turn it over to the courts and let them decide your share of any.
Ella, you know you're a plumb fool. You can't pay them fellers for what they do.
Well, I can give them what's rightfully theirs.
Yeah, but they don't want it.
Well, how do you know?
Well, because they just left without it.
You know, I sure never did throw so much black powder and lead at anybody I liked half as well. Especially the one in the mask. Gramps.
Huh.
Who is he?
My granddaughter is just plumb ignorant. But, why, he's the Lone Ranger.
Year 1875, the criminal activities of a mysterious midnight rider in and near the town of Rock Point, New Mexico, began to infect the entire region with a sense of helpless panic. The Lone Ranger and Tonto had stopped to visit their old friend, Marshal Bill Collins.
So that's how it is, mister. Apparently half of New Mexico has been terrorized by this midnight rider.
Tell me, Marshal, how did you find out about the situation in Rock Point?
Well, about a week ago, I got a letter from Charlie McClellan. He's a sheriff down there. He sounded half out of his mind. He says the town's dying right in front of his eyes, and he can't do a thing about it.
It seems strange that one bandit able to do so much damage.
Of course, he could have a confederate among the townspeople. Someone to help and give him information.
Well, whatever the case may be, I feel mighty sorry for Charlie. He loves that part of the country and has a lot of faith in his future.
I have a great deal of faith in the future of the Southwest myself, Marshal. Sorry we have to make this trip so short, but Tonto and I must be on our way.
You're heading for New Mexico?
Yes, we'll leave this afternoon. We should be in Rock Point by the 17th.
Mister, I know McClellan will give you all the cooperation possible. As a matter of fact, I'll send him a wire.
That shouldn't be necessary, but thanks. Adios.
Good luck.
Fullest cooperation. Regards, W.B. Collins, U.S. Marshal. Lone Ranger arriving.
Hey, Pete, you take over for me. Something I got to do.
I'll tell you, Charlie, I won't have any depositors left if this town gets any smaller. Do you realize what this midnight rider has done to business around here?
Good afternoon, Mr. Niles, Sheriff.
Hi.
Nice fellow. Who?
Delroy? Oh, yeah.
Not the smartest man on earth, maybe, but a good citizen, nevertheless. This town needs more like him.
Sure does.
Delroy? Yeah, let me in.
What do you know? Didn't expect to see you for another week.
Now we're in trouble. Yeah, read that.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, partner. If you ever get to Mexico, look me up.
Oh, sit down, Buddy, sit down.
Look, Delroy, the hayride's over. We've done this midnight rider idea to death anyway. We've got about $100,000 buried outside, and I aim to live long enough to spend my half. I've heard plenty about the Lone Ranger. Personally, I think...
You think? With what?
Watch it, Delroy.
You know, Delroy, you baffle me. You look like a fretful little small-time telegraph operator. Maybe that's what you were once. What happened?
That's a good question. Maybe I just wanted to prove something to myself. And to everybody else. All my life, it's been good old John. No brains, but nice, fine fella. You think I'm a fine fella, Buddy?
I think you're a maniac. I've gone along with you this far. I might as well stick a while longer. All right. What do we do about the Lone Ranger?
Well, we kill him, obviously.
Now I know you're a maniac. From everything I've heard about this character...
Don't forget what you heard about him. He's just a human being. You know, as a matter of fact, he looks a little like you. With the same height and weight. You had the same kind of clothes he wears and a mask. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Yeah. Why not? You know, Buddy, you just said we've done this midnight rider business to death. You're right.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Suppose the midnight rider gives one final farewell performance before we clear out of town. Suppose you knock over the bank in broad daylight on the 17th of this month.
In broad daylight?
Yeah, we've always hit these people at night. They're conditioned to it. They never in the world expect a daylight attack.
Why the 17th?
Because that's the day the Lone Ranger gets here. And on that day, you'll be the Lone Ranger.
You mean you want me to dress up like he does, wear a mask like his, ride a white horse, and then rob the bank?
Exactly.
What's the advantage?
All right, Buddy, I'll spell it out for you, nice and slow. Has anybody around here ever had a close look at the Midnight Rider?
No.
No. But on the 17th, they will get a close look at him, won't they? And what will they see?
Well, they'll see a masked man on a white horse. They'll think they see the Lone Ranger.
Right.
And we'll get out of town and leave the Lone Ranger to face the consequences.
No, Buddy, we won't. We'll kill him first. We don't want him following us, do we? What we do want is for Sheriff McClellan to spend the rest of his life looking for a dead man.
Yeah, sure.
Luckily, we got plenty of time to prepare for it. Now, I know a place below the border where you can have a costume made. I'll tell you everything to ask for. You can also get a mask and a white horse.
Delroy, isn't there one little item you're forgetting?
Now, what's that?
The Lone Ranger himself. I have to find him to kill him. He never rides the main roads. He never comes straight into town. We can't read his mind.
You know, Marty, in a way, you just have read his mind. You know he's going to have to make camp somewhere on the outskirts of Rock Point.
Yeah, but where?
Well, Devil's Canyon, I'd figure.
It's just a guess.
Is it? You try and think for a minute. Now, you know this area. Where would you make camp if you were riding into town from the north?
Well, I'd want a place where I wouldn't be seen. A place with water enough for my horse. It'd have to be isolated.
Go on.
Yeah. There's only one place that fits. Devil's Canyon.
And early on the 17th, that's just where you'll be. Waiting on the rim.
Delroy, I have to hand it to you. At least you're a smart maniac.
It was past noon on the 17th when the Lone Ranger and Tonto drew rein on the outskirts of Rock Point.
Well, Tonto, I'd better leave you here. My mask would cause too many questions in town.
Me tell Sheriff McClellan you meet with him after dark.
Good. We'll camp in that canyon over there. Seems to be the only favorable campsite around here.
Me remember that good place to camp. Me meet you maybe 2 or 3 hours.
Good luck, Tonto.
Come on, Silver. You and me have a job to do in town.
You looking for something, Indian?
Me want to talk to Sheriff McClellan.
Well, he's not here right now. Probably at one of the ranches near here. I'm his deputy. Anything I can do?
Better me talk to Sheriff. Me wait.
Sure. He'll be back soon.
You Sheriff McClellan?
That's right, Indian. What can I do for you?
Me bring message from Sheriff. He say...
Silver!
So what happened, Mr. Niles? I heard some shots.
The Midnight Rider. Sheriff, he got away with almost every big bill we had in the safe.
Round up a posse.
I made a mistake this time, Sheriff. We all got a close look at him.
I heard him call his horse Silver.
All right, I expect every able-bodied man in this town to be ready to leave in 5 minutes. Now, snap on it.
Kimasabi, me bring bad news from town. What's wrong?
Well, I'm all right now, Tonto.
Look like Bullet Gray's temple.
I was riding toward the canyon when I left you. It was a shot. I felt a terrific pain in my head.
You chase man who shoot you?
I don't know, Tonto.
You not know?
When I came to my senses, I was riding away from town in an area of shale and bedrock. The impact of the bullet must have caused a temporary loss of memory.
How long you gone from Kenyon, Kimasabi?
I don't know. The sun was up when you left. Must have been at least 3 hours.
That's not good.
Why not?
When me go to Rock Point, sheriff not there. Me wait maybe 1 hour. Finally, sheriff come back. Before me have chance to speak with him, outlaw rob bank.
In broad daylight?
First time people get description of Midnight Rider. Him tall like you, wear mask and clothes like yours, ride white horse. Me go with posse, follow trail till we lose it. On bedrock outside town.
After I've rested, perhaps we... Tonto.
Midnight Rider impersonate you, Kimasabi. There much shale and bedrock in this area.
If I could only remember what I did for those 3 hours. I can't prove I'm innocent, Tonto. I can't prove I'm innocent, not even to myself.
Buenos dias, senor. You are awake. You sleep late, eh?
What's the matter, Tonto? Don't you recognize me?
Kimasabi, that good disguise.
I put it on last night while you were sleeping. Wearing my regular clothes underneath.
You feel better today?
Much better, Tonto. After breakfast, I want to pay a visit to the bank that was robbed yesterday. I want to talk with someone that got a close look at the man who impersonated me.
You think him same man who shoot you?
Yes, it seems likely, Tonto.
Plenty bad luck Midnight Rider happened to be in canyon the same time you come through.
Maybe it wasn't a matter of luck. Remember that this canyon is the only isolated spot around here for a good campsite. Now, if the Midnight Rider knew we were coming to Rock Point...
But how him know that, Kimasabi?
Don't forget that Marshal Collins offered to send a wire to Sheriff McClellan.
Then you think Sheriff McClellan friend of Midnight Rider?
No, Tonto, I didn't say that. I'm sure there's a dozen different ways that wire might have fallen into the wrong hands.
There are many questions me like to ask Midnight Rider.
I have a few questions I want to ask him myself when I find them.
Yes, sir. I'll be with you in just a minute.
Take your time, partner.
Barney, what are you doing here in town?
Don't get hysterical, Delroy.
Come on, right up. You're supposed to be a customer.
Just wanted to find out what happened in town after the holdup yesterday. Did I look like the Lone Ranger?
Sure. Enough to fool everyone who saw you. Now, I take it you didn't have any trouble out at the canyon.
I rode in about 2:30 and I shot him through the head.
Did you bury him in the canyon?
I didn't bury him anywhere. He rolled clear to the bottom of the canyon after I shot him. I didn't have time.
You mean you're not even sure he's dead?
Of course he's dead.
Oh, you brainless idiot! Well, what are you waiting for? Go on, ride back there to the canyon now. If you find the masked man, bury him. Barney, the masked man isn't there. And heaven help you.
Why are we stopped here, Kimasabi?
I don't want to be seen in town riding silver. We'll leave our horses here and go the rest of the way on foot.
Well, it's about time he got back. Go on, take over. I'm going home. I don't feel well.
1,000 pardons, senor. That was clumsy.
Why don't you look where you're going?
Si, senor.
Come in.
Buenos dias, senor. You are Senor Niles, the presidente of the bank?
Yes, sir, I am.
The man who gives out the money, he said you were in. Senor, I do not like to intrude, but I'd like to speak with you for a moment about the robbery yesterday.
Come in, please.
Si, senor.
Sit down.
Gracias. Senor, when I hear of these terrible things, I say to myself, maybe this is the man who makes so much trouble for me.
You were robbed, too?
Si, senor. Of something very precious. This outlaw, you get a good look at him?
Yes, I did.
You tell Pancho what he looked like?
Well, he was a tall man, dark-haired, wore a light Stetson and a mask. Rode a white horse called Silver. I guess everybody in town knows whose description that fits. The Lone Ranger.
Is it possible you make a mistake, senor?
I don't think so. I know it sounds incredible, but
Frankly, I was so stunned, I didn't recognize him myself immediately. It was John Delroy who identified him first.
Who is this Delroy?
He's one of the telegraph operators here in town.
I see. The man who gets the wires the moment they come in, see?
Yes, that's right.
Bueno, I will remember. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time.
I only hope I've been able to help you.
You have indeed. Adios.
You hold it right there, mister.
Mr. Delroy, what is this?
I took the liberty of sending your cashier for the sheriff, Mr. Niles.
You've done what?
I have reason to believe this man may be the robber.
Are you sure?
We collided outside my office. Some of the brown makeup he's using on his face and hands rubbed off on me. When the sheriff arrives, I think we better have that makeup removed, Mr. Niles.
Well, this man is about the same height as the robber.
Nobody's attending your bank, sir. Hadn't you better get out there and wait for the sheriff? I'll keep our mysterious friend covered. All right, sit down. Now, mister, am I right in thinking you may be the Lone Ranger? Well, it doesn't make too much difference. I'll have to kill you anyway. If you are the Lone Ranger, all my troubles are over. If you're not, I'll just have to keep on looking. You'll be shot while trying to escape.
You're a clever man, Delroy. I should have suspected the telegraph operator. But you made two bad mistakes.
Yeah, what were they?
First was taking in a partner.
Partner?
That's right. You're not the Midnight Rider. You're too small to have impersonated me.
Well, that's a good point.
I've been thinking of a saying. There's no honor among thieves. You and your partner have stripped this town of a fortune. Are you sure that money is safe, Delroy?
You said there were two mistakes, mister. What's the second?
The second was even more stupid. You shouldn't turn your back to a rear door.
No, it won't do. Hey, oh!
Good work, Tonto.
Me see this fellow bump into you, then follow you into the bank. Me go around back, listen to that door. What we do now? Wait for sheriff, tell him what happened here?
I doubt whether the sheriff would take our word against Delroy's without proof. But unless I'm mistaken, we'll have that proof in a couple of hours. Well, I won't need this disguise anymore. I want you to go back where we left the horses. You can see the rear of the bank from there. Wait for my signal, and then bring Silver and Scout to the rear door.
What do you do, Kimasabi?
Well, I'll stay here. I want to see what Delroy does about the suspicions I've tried to plant in his mind. Hurry, Tonto.
Mr. Delroy. Is he dead?
Delroy, what happened?
Where is he? Sheriff, I think maybe he's going back to his camp. It's in Devil's Canyon.
How do you know that?
Well, he happened to let the information drop while he was here.
I'll go with you. The horses are out front.
Coming, Delroy? No, I got something to do.
All right, suit yourself.
Me bring cloth to remove makeup.
Good, Tonto. I think Delroy is about to lead us to where the stolen money is hidden. Watch from the alley and see which direction he takes. Well, Tonto?
Him take main road, Kimasabi, head toward mountain.
As soon as I remove this makeup, we'll pick up his trail.
Let me wait outside. Let me leave main road here, Kimasabi.
I'll follow him from here alone. You'd better go for the sheriff. You'll find him in Devil's Canyon with his deputy and Mr. Niles. Tell him you know where the Lone Ranger is. I'll leave a clear trail for you to follow.
Me savvy.
It's Delroy. So the masked man was right. How far do you think you get with that money, partner?
Are you crazy? I couldn't find the masked man's body, so I came back here to burn the costume.
Did you?
Look for yourself. The money hasn't been touched.
Delroy! All right, Barty. Against the wall. Hands high. Sheriff will be here soon. We'll get you to a doctor.
Oh, what difference does it make? I'm through anyway. All I want is to live long enough to see that Barty gets what's coming to him. I have quite a story to
Tell the sheriff, mister. Quite a story.
Well, mister, I guess we all owe you an apology. Little did I think when the Indian brought me out, I'd come across a scene like this. How's Delroy?
I'm afraid he's dead, sir. Before he died, he signed a full confession naming himself and Barty as entirely responsible for the robberies.
We found nearly all of the stolen money buried outside, together with part of the costume that Barty used. I have admired you, sir, for many years. And I can't tell you how glad I am to find out that you're not the one who robbed my bank.
Mr. Niles, you'll never know how glad I am to find out for sure myself. Well, Tonto, it's time we were riding on. Adios, friends.
What do you suppose he meant by that?
Beats me.
Well, they say you never can figure out what he'll do next, so I guess maybe you can't figure out what he'll say next either. No, sir. There's just no telling about the Lone Ranger.
Fed up, I'm fed up. Fed up, fed up, fed up, fed up, fed up, I'm fed up. Fed up, fed up, fed up, I'm fed up, fed up, I'm fed up with the drugs. Fed up with the fake love, with a gun to my brain, go bang, I'm fed up with the drama. Got a creep for my mama, cause I don't think I'ma live too much longer. Fed up, fed up, fed up, fed up, fed up, I'm fed up. Fed up, fed up, fed up, I'm fed up, fed up, I'm fed up with the drugs. Fed up with the fake love, with a gun to my brain, go bang, I'm fed up with the drama. Got a creep for my mama, cause I don't think I'ma live too much longer. I'm fed up with the fame, I'm sick of reading my name in any other way that I intended. Fed up with all of these motherfuckers misunderstanding me. I'm fed up with the ones that try to say you a fan of me, but then they turn your back and motherfuckers abandon me. You think I'm
Tonto, if I remember correctly, Dark Canyon lies about 3 miles down in the valley. I wonder if Sam and Amy Masters still live there.
Sam Masters, great lawman, Kimasabi.
They're one of the greatest. Remember the first time I was in Dark Canyon? It was like Dodge City in the early days. Hardly a day went by when there wasn't a killing. Sam cleaned it up in no time at all without firing a single shot. Just goes to show what a reputation can do for a man.
Sam have reputation as fastest drawing territory.
There wasn't an outlaw there who would draw against him.
Me like to see Sam and Amy again, Kimasabi.
So would I, Tonto. Let's camp down in the valley and ride in tomorrow morning.
Men come on horse, Kimasabi. Horse limb bad.
Wait here, Tonto. Don't draw. You're not an outlaw.
That's a rich one, that is.
This mask is on the side of the law.
Yeah, so's this.
What are you doing around here, Ryan?
What a memory. Though you've got the advantage over me.
Just let it stay that way.
I'm willing, for a man who handles his irons the way you do.
Where are you heading, Ryan?
Well, since both you and me are on the side of the law, I don't mind telling you. I'm heading for a town called Dark Canyon to keep a date with a lawman who put me behind bars 8 years ago.
Sam Masters?
Who else?
I wouldn't call on him if I were you. He's still the fastest draw this side of Dodge City.
Is he? We'll see about that. So happens I know something about Sam Masters that you don't. Look me up sometime, mister. Might be able to use a man like you when I get my old gang together again. So long.
Take care of that horse. He's badly lamed.
Him bad man, Kimasabi. Why you let him go?
Tonto, he said he was getting his old gang together. I thought if we gave him enough rope, he might hang them all.
But him gunning for Sam Masters.
He's on a lame horse. He can't get there as fast as we can. What bothers me is he knows something about Sam that we don't.
What could it be, Kimasabi?
Let's find out, Tonto.
can say, Sam Masters, is that a promise made is a promise kept.
Now, Amy, you old range critter, you know doggone well I keep my promises.
Sure you do, but when? You've been promising me for 20 years. Amy, darling, just bide your time. One of these days, we're going to give up marshalling and get us a little ranch of our own. Bide my time, cat's foot.
Well, I can't go to ranch until I get somebody to take my place. You know that. Will you just be patient?
Myself, I'm thinking of.
Well, you don't need to fret about me.
Oh, I ain't fretting. Not a bit of it. Just as lief have a husband with a hole in his head as one without.
We'll get that ranch, Amy. And it won't be long now, either.
Make it soon, Sam. Just make it soon.
Soon, Amy.
Now, who could that be? My soul and body, the Lone Ranger.
Nice to see you again, Amy. It's been a long time.
8 mortal years, and I look every day of it.
Sam, how are you?
Fine, mister, just fine. Where's Tonto?
Well, he's in town.
Sit down. I'll fry you up some cakes.
Just coffee, Amy. Sam, I ran into a friend of yours.
Oh?
Gil Ryan.
Gil Ryan?
He's out of prison and gunning for you.
Well, I reckon I can still handle a riff-raff like Gil Ryan.
It doesn't like him.
Thanks for the tip, anyway. Ain't Amy looking fine now?
Save your lollyswagging, Sam. I heard. Reckon Gil Ryan won't knock when he comes. Hello, Tonto. It's been a long time.
Hello, Amy.
Howdy, Tonto.
Hello, Marshal. Gil Ryan out in town came us up here, but there's much trouble at Joe's place. A young boy with whip.
With a whip?
That'll be Slim's boy, Tom. You remember Slim Ranger, Slim Bartlett.
A doctor, wasn't he?
That's it, until some hooligan killed him. He was a fine man, gentle as they come.
Too gentle, if you ask me.
Well, that's what Tom always says. Says his father was killed because he was too soft. He let people push him around. Will you stop fussing, woman?
Oh, hold still, will you?
Not Tom, though. No, no. Toughest hombre in town. That's what he'd like to have you believe. He's not really bad, though. Not inside, just sort of mixed up and running with the wrong crowd. You remember how he used to come around to our house every day for that handout of cookies and apple pie when he was a little time?
The way you acted, you'd have thought he was your own.
Well, if we'd had any kids, I'd have been proud to have a boy like Tom. I just hope I can keep him on the right track.
Take care, Sam.
Don't you fret. Be right back.
What's wrong, Amy?
Take a look at his plate. Not a bite touched since you come in. Didn't even finish his coffee. Too proud to let you see.
I sensed something was wrong.
It's his hands. His poor old hands. So crippled up with rheumatiz, he can hardly lift a cup, let alone draw a fast gun.
Who knows about this?
Lord, I don't know. Just him and me, I hope. He ain't drawed a gun in years, ain't had to. His reputation's enough. That carries him. But he's running a bluff. An all-fired bluff, and someday somebody's gonna call him. Gil Ryan, maybe.
It's going to be all right, Amy.
He's all I got.
I know. Tonto, I want you to go into town. Don't let Sam Masters out of your sight.
Me understand.
Climb, you dreaded coyote, climb! Think you could push me around like you could my paw, huh? That'll learn you. Dance, you varmint, dance! Think because my paw was soft, I'm soft too, huh? And that goes for you, too. All of you! Now listen! Don't push me around.
Tom!
You try to cheat me at cards, Sam.
You've learned him his lesson. Go on home.
Come on, kid. Let's go.
Kind of hard up for friends, ain't you?
Meaning what, Marshal?
Meaning it's a sad day when Slim's boy has to turn to skunks for friends. Your dad would be kind of ashamed if he knew who you was running with. Don't try it, Luke. I can draw 7 times to your 1. You know it. Now get.
Let's get out to my place. I'm expecting Gil Ryan any day now.
Okay.
Get out of my way, Injun.
Amigo, you want to sell that horse?
Him not for sale, but me make trade with you.
You find Silver behind the marshal's office. Did you see Ryan?
No, but me hear man say him expect him. Him just ride off.
I'll find him. I've got to find Gil Ryan before he gets to Sam.
Hi, Luke. Did I scare you? Sure did, Gil. Kind of took me by surprise. Tom, this is Gil Ryan. Gil, Tom Bartlett.
Look, kid, you ain't seen me. You ain't even heard of me. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Tom's all right, Gil. Sure glad to see you back. Me and the boys have got plans. Big plans.
They can wait. I got a plan of my own I've been waiting 8 years to carry out.
Yeah, I know. But listen to this. It's that gold refinery. And it's good for 50,000 at least. And it's the easiest job we've ever done.
Buenos dias, amigo. I am hungry. You give me work?
Tell him to vamos.
No, wait. What's your name?
I cannot hear. I hear nothing.
Can't you? I wonder. I don't get him, but his voice rings a bell like I'd heard it only recently. Let's see.
Gracias, gracias, amigo. Gracias, gracias.
All right, Luke, move around behind him. Quiet, very quiet. Tom, you keep his attention. Get a skillet. Find out if he knows how to cook.
Ah, cook. Si, senor. Pablo Fernandez Lopez, best cook in all world.
All right, Luke, take out your gun. Lift it up over his head.
Senor, you like tortillas, enchilados, chili rellenos? Never have you tasted such relleno.
All right, Luke. When I say go, hit him. Hard.
Please, senor, I cook for you.
All right, he's on the level. You know, he's just what we need around here. A cook who can't hear anything and speaks very little English. Tell him to rustle us up some grub, Tom.
Gracias, amigo. Gracias.
All right, Luke. Now you can shoot off your mouth. What's this about sticking up a gold refinery?
That's how it happened, Sam. I had a difficult time convincing them I was a poor Mexican who was stone deaf. After that, they talked freely about robbing the gold refinery tomorrow morning.
Good work, Ranger. Won't they be surprised to find us there waiting for them?
You'd better let Tonto and me handle the ambush. Amy told us about your hands.
So you think I'm too old and decrepit to be of any use, is that it?
Not at all, Sam. You're the key man in this operation. That's why you should stay here in town, right outside your office where everyone can see you. That way, they won't know what we're up to at the refinery.
Maybe I am old and decrepit, I can take that, but what sticks in my craw is young Tom. Son of the best friend a man ever had. The kid that Amy and I raised like he was our very own. Slim's boy.
Don't worry about Slim's boy. I'll keep him out of this. I promise. Now, Sam, I'll take the keys to your office.
Quiet. Gil Ryan, him say you come quick.
Ryan? What's he want?
Him in plenty trouble and want you. Come with me.
Well, Indian?
Sorry, Tom. This is necessary. Tonto, open the cell. Now, give me your gun belt.
Who are you, huh? Where's Gil Ryan? All right, now, what's the big idea?
Hey, senor. You like enchiladas, tortillas, tacos, eh?
You're the Mexican.
That's right.
Why, you're full of low-down double-crossing tricks. Why, you spied on us, you double-crossing outlaw.
Not an outlaw, Tom. But who are you to be talking about outlaws? You're on your way to becoming the same kind of a hoodlum that killed your father.
Now, look. You leave my father out of this, you understand? You got no business locking me up.
I'm locking you up for your own good. One night in jail is better than 10 years in prison.
Ain't nobody gonna keep me in here, you understand? I'll get out.
Think it over, Tom. And when you do, you'll find you're on the same side of the law as Sam and I. The only side of the law that Slim's boy should ever be on. Now into the cell.
Well, did you find that kid? No, I couldn't find him no place, Gil. He must have turned liver-livered on us and run out.
Yeah, and he probably ratted on us to the marshal, too.
No, I don't think so. If he had, that marshal be down at the refinery now. Well, he ain't. He's just sitting right out in front of his office, just like always.
Just the same, I don't like the looks of it. It could be a trap. So I'm putting you in charge of the raid, Luke.
Me? Well, what about you?
If this is a trap, I'm going to take the cheese out of it right now. I've been waiting 8 long years for this. This might be my chance. I'll meet you here later.
All right, Gil. Let's go, men.
There's the Dark Canyon Gold Refinery. I have 3 of Sam's deputies hidden in the brush to the left of the building. I wonder where Gil Ryan and his men are. They should be here by now. I can't understand what's holding them up.
Me hope they're not suspecting anything, Kimasabi.
Something went wrong, Tonto.
What do you mean, Kimasabi?
Gil Ryan isn't with them.
Where's Gil Ryan?
How fast? Why don't you ask Sam Master? He's probably looking down Gil's gun barrel right now, if he ain't already dead.
Take care of him, Tonto. Watch that gold.
Get down. Hold on.
Morning, Leif. Where's Sam Masters?
He's setting out in the sun.
Well, that's interesting. Hey, Leif, how about some breakfast, huh? You know I'm kind of hungry.
Well, lick some salt and you'll be thirsty.
Well, you know something, Leif? I am thirsty.
Well, just add thirsty to hungry.
Okay, Leif, just take it easy. All I want is out.
I don't get you on it.
Hey, you, Tom! Tom, hold on there!
Well, where you been?
Howdy, Gil.
Howdy, Sam. I was just coming to pay you a call, but I see you saved me the trouble.
If I'd have known where to find you, I'd have been here sooner. It ain't legal for an ex-convict to carry guns in this town, so I'll be taking yours. Hand them over.
Hold it, Sam.
I can outdraw you 7-1, Gil, and you know it.
Not anymore, you can't. I know about your hands.
Then why don't you draw? Go on. Try it.
I'll draw when I'm good and ready, Sam. First, I want to see you sweat, like I've been sweating for 8 long years. I'll draw at the count of 8. Are you ready? Are you sweating good and hard, Sam? 1, 2, every second a year, Sam. 3, 4. I'm enjoying this, Sam. How about you?
Are you happy? 5. This is the end of the line, Sam. 6, 7, 8.
Go outside, Marshal. His friends are just arriving.
Snap these on, will you, Tom? My hands ain't what they was.
I sure will, Sam. There they go, Sam. All ready for free board and lodging. Courtesy of the United States government.
They're gonna get it, too, thanks to you and Tom.
Sam, I noted about your hands. Gil Ryan told us. I reckon today I learned what real courage is and what it ain't. Why, seeing you stand up that armed when you know you didn't have a chance, well, I just reckon I owe you more than I can ever say.
Oh, nonsense. The shoe's on the other foot. Me and Amy can go into ranching now. Seeing as I got a man that's fit to take my place. Mister, would you mind obliging me?
Certainly, Sam. There you are, Tom. Now's your chance to be on the same side of the law that Sam and I are on. Adios, Sam. Good luck, Tom.
Thanks, mister.
Your pa would be mighty proud of your son, mighty proud.
Thanks. I'll try to be fit for it. Sam, that masked man, who is he?
Him? He's just the best friend a man ever had. He's the Lone Ranger.